Welcome back to STON Talk. Today, it's just me and Wale. Wale, I want to start with a number. According to the latest STON.fi roundup, users swapped around $331 million in May. That's about 4.7 times more than April. Should we actually care?
That's a dangerous question. Because my answer is yes.
See, I knew you'd say that. Everybody sees a big number and immediately assumes it's a good thing.
Well, not everybody. But generally speaking, if a platform is processing that much activity, something is clearly happening.
Okay, but what if it's just hype? Crypto has seen big numbers before. We've seen projects explode overnight and disappear 6 months later. So why should this be any different?
Because context matters. You can't just look at the number by itself. You have to ask where it's coming from, what's driving it, what's happening around the ecosystem.
See, now we're getting somewhere. Because when I looked at the roundup, I noticed something. This wasn't just a month where nothing happened. Cross-chain swaps launched. The Gram transition happened. Omniston keeps showing up in more conversations. More projects seem to be building around STON.fi infrastructure. Maybe the number isn't the story. Maybe it's the result of several things happening at the same time.
That's exactly how I see it. People love looking at outcomes, but outcomes usually have causes. Nobody wakes up one morning and suddenly does $331 million in volume for no reason.
You know what's funny? Crypto is obsessed with results. Nobody wants to talk about the process.
That's because the process is boring.
Is it though? Because I actually think the process is the interesting part. The result is just the final chapter.
That's easy for you to say now. If the volume had dropped 50%, you'll be talking about the result too.
Fair point. That's actually fair. But seriously, let me ask you this. When you see a number like $331 million, what's the first thing you think?
Honestly, my first question is whether the growth is sustainable.
Really? Not whether it's impressive?
No, because we've both been around crypto long enough. We've seen impressive numbers. The harder thing is consistency. Can you keep growing? Can you keep attracting users? Can you keep giving people reasons to come back? That's what matters.
I think a lot of people listening would agree with that. Because anybody can have a good month. The real challenge is turning one good month into a good year.
Exactly. And that's why I think the recent updates matter. Take cross-chain swaps, for example. That's not a feature designed for 1 week. That's a long-term play.
I agree. And honestly, the more I think about it, the more I feel like STON.fi is changing.
What do you mean?
A year ago, whenever we talked about STON.fi, the conversation was mostly about swapping. Now, every conversation somehow ends up talking about infrastructure, builders, integrations, Omniston, cross-chain execution. It feels bigger somehow.
I actually agree with that. But I don't think that means STON.fi has changed completely. I think it means the ecosystem around it is growing.
Interesting. Explain that.
Well, think about it. When a project is small, people focus on the product. As it grows, people start focusing on everything connected to the product. Who is building on it? Who is integrating it? How much activity is flowing through it? What role does it play in the ecosystem? Those conversations only happen when something becomes important.
So you're saying success creates bigger conversations.
Exactly. Nobody sits around debating the future of projects they don't care about.
That's actually true. You know what else I've noticed? People love comparing projects using numbers, volume, TVL, users, transactions. Everything becomes a competition.
Crypto loves scoreboards.
It really does. But sometimes I wonder if we focus too much on the score and not enough on the game.
That's one of the smartest things you've said today.
Today? Just today?
Let's not get carried away.
Unbelievable. I invite you on the podcast, and this is the treatment I get.
I'm just keeping you humble.
Clearly. But seriously, I think there's something important there. Because if you only look at numbers, you can miss the bigger picture. You can miss why people are showing up. You can miss why builders are interested. You can miss why an ecosystem is growing.
Exactly. And that's why I think the 331 million figure is worth talking about. Not because it's a big number, but because it raises questions. What's driving the growth? Can it continue? What happens next?
And maybe that's the real conversation. Not whether the number is impressive, but what the number actually means.
That's the question everybody should be asking.
Well, I think that's a good place to stop. Because whether you're impressed by the number or not, one thing is clear. A lot is happening around STON.fi right now. And the next few months might tell us even more than the last one did. Wale, thanks for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you all for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode of STON Talk.